You're watching The Power Circuit, a program brought to you by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN. And today we are right under a point of the 330 kilovolts Shiroro to Katampe power transmission lines and 132 kilovolts Katampe to Kubwa and Suleja transmission line in the Gwarimpa axis of Abuja. It is that time of the year when one experiences the dry season in its intense nature, and for this, there is need to take more safety precautions against fire outbreaks around the environment. We urge you to avoid making fire near power transmission lines right of way, as that could pose great danger to the line conductors and even the towers. Exposure to fire could weaken the towers, damage the conductors, and even cause an outage of bulk power on the lines. You would rather not want to experience such an outage, would you? As we proceed on this program, here are the top headlines. The special report is on the inspection visit of the Minister of Power, Engineer Bubakar Aliyu, to key power project sites in Katsina State. Engineer Aliyu restated the commitment of the federal government in accelerating power projects nationwide. TCN management presents awards of excellence to staff. Amara Agugoesi is my name, and you are with the Power Circuits. The Minister of Power, Engineer Bubakar Aliyu, started the year on a sound footing by inspecting some ongoing power projects in Katsina State. The minister, who was accompanied by the acting managing director, Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, and other officials of the ministry, also reiterated the commitment of the federal government in accelerating the completion of ongoing power projects nationwide. Here is a highlight of the minister's inspection tour.
The Minister of Power, Engineer Abubakar Aliyu, was at the Katsina Transmission Substation in Katsina, where TCN is building the brand new 330 132 kilovolt facility, an office complex, and a staff quarters to enhance bulk power transmission between Katsina and Kano environs and up to parts of Niger Republic.
Contractors are there last. This is 60 MB, 2 by 60. 60. That's 2 by 60. 2 by 60. So this is 60, this is 60. Yes. Yeah, 2 by 60. Okay.
After receiving briefing from the project engineering team for the substation work, which should be completed within the second quarter of this year, as well as the accompanying power transmission line, the minister assured of helping the TCN management to intervene on the right-of-way issue to ensure the completion timeline remains.
It needs to be settled immediately after we leave here. Okay, sir. Let's talk about the compensation and let's see whose responsibility is this, so that we can fast track it. This man will get a right of way to work. So we are going to see how we are going to resolve the right of way issue immediately. Okay, so that you can give us this in less than 6 months. We will inshallah. We will align the completion with the substation.
Yes,
so that everything will go together.
Right, sir.
Is that okay?
Right, sir.
So let's see how we can resolve the issue of the compensation together.
Yes, sir.
Okay. As soon as we go back to the office,
yes,
if it means to invite the Katsina people, government, to come and talk it over, we do that.
The Minister of Power also inspected the 33 11 kilovolts Liafa substation in Katsina being built by the Federal Ministry of Power and is meant to supply power directly to consumers under the Kano Electricity Distribution Company, KEDCO franchise. The project handler said the substation was crucial for the evacuation of power from the 11 megawatt Katsina wind farm, which is due for commissioning shortly. Commenting, Engineer Liu enjoined the officials to ensure the work process is accelerated.
At this stage now is to be able to complete what is under the scope of their responsibilities. Yes, as soon as we do that, we move in to look at the other works that are lacking in order to make the facility very efficient. Is that okay?
Fine.
Yeah. So let's see how we are able to finish everything now, and to see what is the result of the what we are expecting from the windmill through metering and knowing and carrying out the data over a period of time as we agreed yesterday, more especially now that we have wind, which is the fuel. Bring out the energy from the so we do that between now and 3 months, because this is the time we are expecting high-speed wind, so that we know exactly we are getting what are we getting from the project.
The spotlight on the minister's visit to ongoing power project sites in Katsina State continues shortly.
Did you know that our high-tension transmission cables were built to withstand high temperatures except artificially induced ones such as fire? Did you know that burning bush or refuse dumps by TCN transmission tower base or along the transmission line's right-of-way is an offense? Did you know that the fire can cause high-tension transmission lines to snap and fall to the ground, electrocuting living things within the line radius? Did you know that extreme fire can cause the legs of transmission towers to buckle, and that buckling of the main frame of a tower would lead to its collapse and may even pull down other towers along that transmission line's route, causing untold damage to the line? Now that you know. Yes, now that you know, TCN is calling on all citizens of Nigeria to please desist from destroying our collective national investments. Be careful, do not set fire on trash or burn bush beside transmission towers or under electricity lines nationwide. Help us preserve the transmission grid and save the nation from blackout. TCN, transmitting electricity in the most efficient and effective manner.
The minister then proceeded to the Katsina Wind Farm project site in Lambanrimi, where the power facility is expected to generate 10 megawatts of power into the national grid, making it the first of such on-grid generation plants in Nigeria. Engineer Liu was taken to the control room, where he was briefed about the scope of the project, including the capacity of the turbines that are already in operation and efforts to ensure that the few turbines left are installed. The minister inspected the several feeders of the wind farm, which takes at least 9 wind turbines each.
Any attempt for us to close, we shut down the site before it will take off.
At the switchyard, the officials told the minister that the peak wind speed is often achieved between February and March. Engineer Liu, who addressed the media after inspecting the wind farm, in company of the acting managing director of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, said the project is getting ready for commissioning.
We are towards commissioning the project, so we are here to check and see the current position of the project, as was related to us by the contractor and the consultants, that they are almost done. We had a meeting with them a few weeks ago. They gave us timeline of which we are going to finish the remaining work. Though they have some challenges with the turbines. We have 37 turbines altogether, and 6 of them were vandalized. So they promised us to rectify 2 of them and make them to use. Then the remaining 4 may take some few months, because they need to import some of the equipment to make them better.
The minister then spoke broadly on the other power projects he had inspected within Katsina State.
We are here to check and see the current position of the project, as was related to us by the contractor and the consultants, that they are almost done. We had a meeting with them a few weeks ago, and they gave us timeline of which we are going to finish the remaining work. Though they have some challenges with the turbines. We have 37 turbines altogether, and 6 of them were vandalized. So they promised us to rectify 2 of them and make them to use. Then the remaining 4 may take like some few months because they need to import some of the equipment to make them better. So the two that they have promised, we have now found they are not yet completed, but they promise to finish them within a week. They are working on it. And they also encountered another challenge where they have ruptured cable on turbine number 9, which affects some of the turbines. As you can see, they are not working. And these are normal things that happen on a routine basis. Sometimes you have issues, you rectify. So, and these are special equipment that some of the parts would have to be imported. So the contractor promised us that within a week they will rectify the ruptured cable and they will put the other turbines to use. So all in all, we're expecting to have like 31 turbines. If you add the two that they are about to finish very soon, we'll have like 33 turbines working, and that will allow us to complete the project. There are small things that have been left by the contractor, which we urge them to complete, and this is one of the reasons that I am here to come and see whether they have done them. Like the SCADA, they have brought it, and the other yard that we have been to, the Liafa yard, we have gone there to see the meters that they have installed and other things. Just the icing on the cake to complete the project. So we'll keep on pushing them and put them on their toes to complete this project as soon as possible. Based on what we have discussed with the contractor here and the consultant, we have agreed they are going to give us the timeline today on when to finish everything, because these small things and the other setback that they had, the ruptured cable, which they are importing the items. Luckily, they don't have to ship it. There are small items that can be put in the aeroplane and be brought in. So within a week, he promised to bring them. So I don't want to give you a timeline that I will have to be changing again. So, but we'll push them and ensure that within the shortest possible time, this thing is completed. We are here together with the MDTCN and some of the directors from the ministry to inspect not only this Liafa windmill, to inspect other projects. As you can see, we went to the substation that is under construction, which the contractor promised to finish between now and April. And the 330 kV line that is coming from Kano will boost the electricity supply in terms of quality and quantity in Katsina State and the environs. It is from, and it is ongoing project also, the 330. From here, we'll inspect the 330. When we went to the substation, you saw the towers coming in for the 330 already reaching the substation. So the 330 is coming from Kano. But currently we have 132, and you know the difference between 132 and 330. So once you have the 330 coming in, which the contractor also promised to finish within 6 months, if things goes well. So by the time the 330 comes in, now it can feed other areas around Katsina State, Manufashi and other areas within the one I've mentioned. So this is what the 330 will do to Katsina and beyond.
Engineer Liu further said the federal government was working to reposition the national grid to support the economy in terms of boosting access to electricity for power-consuming industries.
Generally, what we are doing is to position the grid to be able to support the economy of this nation. and the economic development and human capital development. We are currently putting investment where we have issues like on the transmission grid and the distribution, so that we'll be able to raise the wheeling capacity of the TCN to be able to evacuate what we have at the generation, which you all know we have installed capacity of over 13,000 megawatts, which we are not able to evacuate due to the weakness of the transmission grid. So all these interventions you are seeing, the 330 coming in from Kano, they are the investment we are making, that this government is making, to ensure that the wheeling capacity, the operational capacity of the TCN is raised up to be able to evacuate more energy. This is one. We have other interventions which you all know, the cement under the Presidential Power Initiative, whereby we are focusing on 3 phases. The first phase is already ongoing, where we intend quickly to raise the operational capacity of the TCN by maintaining and changing equipment and constructing new lines to be able to raise the operational capacity of the transmission and the distribution to 7,000 megawatts within the shortest possible time. This is the first phase. We have already started the procurement of the EPC. We have made orders of early order of equipment. We have recently ordered, by the approval of the Federal Executive Council, ordered some equipments, 10 heavy-duty transformers, power transformers. We have ordered mobile substations. This will help. By the time it arrives, it will come handy when we have started to construct on the 175 substations that we intend to intervene with the cement intervention.
The minister further restated the commitment of the President Muhammadu Buhari towards developing the Nigerian power sector to become more robust beyond his tenure.
This president is willing and fully committed, President Muhammadu Buhari, to ensure that all these things have been done within this period of his tenure and beyond. Because some of the things, the foundations, once they are laid, you can reap the benefit later on. But we want to assure you that the president is fully committed, and we are also committed to ensuring that we raise the operational capacity of the nation.
Shortly after addressing the media, the minister crowned the inspection tower by inspecting the transmission line conductors for the 330 kilovolt power transmission line project by TCN, which is coming through to Katsina from Kano State for the expanded Katsina substation project he had earlier visited. He charged the contractor of the TCN power transmission line project to work on the areas where the right-of-way has been cleared to avoid delay.
It's possible, sir.
Because if you do it like this,
Yes.
it's time wasting.
Yes.
Since you cannot do areas where you have issues right away, you can be buying time
Yes.
doing this one.
No,
Yes.
only the
Okay.
part of TCN how to charge the line, that is important. To stop the vandalization.
Yes. So you need to work together.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
See how we can do that.
Yes.
Since you have everything, so instead of just wasting time,
So-
you can start on the lines.
Right.
Okay? All right.
There is a popular saying that hard work pays. The leadership of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, has exemplified this as it presents awards of excellence to deserving staff members for the 2021 operational year. Enjoy the sights and sounds of the award nights in Abuja.
The award were presented by the acting managing director and CEO of TCN, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, to the recipients. He enjoined the staff to sustain their commitment to work as the management takes notice of these commitments.
I want to say it once again that during my speech, I have mentioned all what we have achieved during this year. So we couldn't have achieved it without these people who are going to get this award. So the credit is going to them, not to the management. So I want to use this opportunity to thank you for all your efforts, and I hope you do the same thing or even better next year. Thank you very much.
The awards for the best performing staff members were also presented to the best staff across the 10 regions of TCN, the Transmission Service Provider TSP section, the Independent System Operation ISO section, Office of the Managing Director, and across all the various departments of TCN. About 16 other staff of TCN also got awards of recognition in their various job roles.
If you are happy for them, can we celebrate them up with a round of applause? Put your hands together for them.
In a vote of thanks, Engineer Dim Okechukwu, a TCN official, lauded the acting managing director and the management team for appreciating the efforts that the TCN workers always make to deliver on their various job tasks.
This year, we enjoin you to partner with the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, to tackle cases of the encroachment of the right-of-way of power lines. Also ensure you stay away from any activity that could lead to fire outbreak, especially around power lines, as the dangers are enormous. We hope to enlighten you more in subsequent editions on the menace of igniting fire and the encroachment of power lines right-of-way. Again, here is a highlight of the reports. The spotlight was on the inspection visit of the Minister of Power, Engineer Abubakar Aliyu, to key power project sites in Katsina State. The minister said the federal government was accelerating the completion of power projects nationwide. We also brought to you the sights and sounds of the TCN Award Night, where deserving staff of the company clinched Excellence Awards. We have made this episode and all others accessible for you on the TCN YouTube channel. The company has these other platforms to take feedback on its operations from you, our esteemed viewer. Keep being vigilant to prevent the COVID-19 variants by getting vaccinated and keeping to all the prevention protocols. Until the power circuit comes your way next week, do have a lovely time. I am Amara Agugoesi. See you then.